What's up, everyone? Thank you for joining us back here at the Party Wagon podcast. This is an episode of We Have Amazing Friends, and we've got one of the best amazing friends. I've been talking to the Mad Hatter here, Near, for a very long time. Since we actually created the group, I sent him some cool shit. And since we were doing this, he was like my number one. Like, we got to get Near on this channel. So here we are. We got Near. Near, what's up?
What's up, boys?
So
happy Sunday.
Yeah, we're doing this on a Sunday. Normally,
Yeah.
it's just me and whoever else, but we brought Steven in here on this one. Steven's been working on his audio and his video like crazy, so here we are with Steven with the full HD beardless wonder. How are we doing today, Steven, on a Sunday?
I'm doing good. Hopefully everything works out and you guys can hear me okay and see me okay.
Yeah.
So how you doing, Gary?
I'm hanging in there. I got a puppy yesterday. We were just discussing before we hit record. French bulldog kept me up all night, screaming. So that was fun. Very tired.
You know, French bulldogs, I think they go for the most, right? Those are some pricey dogs. I think they're the ones, not to bring everybody down, but in LA they get stolen the most. So if you come out here, maybe just kind of keep that guy on lock and key. I'm just saying, not to put that in your head.
Yeah.
What a way to start a fucking podcast.
I have 2 English bulldogs, and over here in New York, those get stolen the most. So, but they're also like 65 goddamn pounds. They're giant tanks. So I don't know if people pick them up and run off with them. But yeah, we got a Frenchie.
Oh.
We drove down to. So real funny. So April, my fiance, is obsessed with like White Castle and Krispy Kreme, and here in New York, we don't have those, which is a bummer.
How do you not have White Castle?
Dude, I don't know. We don't have them.
There's no White Castle in New York?
No, dude. It's literally like Pennsylvania,
What do you do
New
when
Jersey.
you get fucking high and you're coming down? Like, where do you go? Jack in the Box? Like,
We don't have Jack in the Box either.
What?
Yeah, it is. It's fun. We have we just recently got like Chick-fil-A in the past like 2-3 years, which is crazy. We did have Panda Express, which was like our favorite. I love Panda Express, but we only had 2 of them here where I live, and they just did not do well, so they closed, which is a huge bummer. But no,
you in New York? Like, are you in the city proper, or like where in New York? Because I'm not too familiar. All I know of New York is not of New York, but I've been to just like New York City, like Manhattan Island. Like, where in New York are you?
Yeah, so I'm in Syracuse. I'm in the fucking middle of the state. Like, you've got Albany one way, you've got Buffalo the other way, and then you've got New York City like down south. It's about 5. I'm about 5 hours from the city, and then 2 hours from Buffalo or Albany. So I'm like literally smack dab in the middle. It's kind of a good spot to be in because everything is like in a pretty reasonable drivable distance. But yeah, we
got it. Okay, all right. So you're not going out there. You're not like on the subways or anything like that. Syracuse, that's its own town. Okay, all right. Because I'm trying to think. I'm like Panda Express in New York City. I'm associating it with New York City. I'm like, isn't there tons of places to eat there? So okay, I get it now. Thanks for mapping it out, because I've only been to the city part of New York. I'm like, how the fuck do people live here? But
dude,
you're in a real place.
Yeah, dude, that's literally how our town is. Like, how do people live here? We're in a city. Like, we're in the city of Syracuse. I can actually look out my window right now, and I can see the whole city, which is pretty awesome.
Okay.
But we definitely don't live like the city people. We are just normal, humble community neighborhoods with driveways and everything. There's nothing too fast around here. There's a lot of old people. But yeah, we're actually, funny enough, I live about 45 minutes from the Women's Rights Museum, where where women got the right to vote. Like, that's where my family's actually from. Is from Seneca Falls. Right. So yeah, we're near the Finger Lakes. But yeah, when I tell people, I'm like, yo, I'm in New York. It's like with me when I ask you, I'm like, oh, you're in California. My immediate thing is like middle of LA. Like, that's what I always think of too.
Although, to be honest, I'm very close to the middle of LA.
Yeah.
Like, that's not that off. I live in a place in a town called Glendale Town. It's like a fucking city, but it's next to like downtown LA. Also, lots of old people. All right, and I grew up in Miami, which is fucking old people central. It's like Miami's like 80% old people, and I feel like I've learned patience from just dealing with old people. So maybe that's like a gift and a curse.
Yeah, like Miami, Florida, not like a Miami in California, right?
No, not like Miami, like I don't know, Michigan or something. Miami, Florida, center of Miami. My first job was actually I was a waiter in a place called Sarah's Pizza, and the clientele was 95% old people. It fucking sucked. All they did was like complain, and I felt like killing. It probably, it's like it was it's the kind of job that really tests your patience and just tests your ability to deal with the old. No offense if anybody like real old is watching this, but I moved from one place that has a bunch of old people all the way to the West Coast to another place that has a bunch of old people. So that's me. That's a window into my life, guys.
Well, the good news is you've made life choices that have avoided the snow.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do snow, man.
Yeah.
I can't. So when you're living in LA, the interesting thing about LA is it's regionally next to a lot of places that have different climates. So by the way, if you're watching this, I sound like shit because I'm sick. So and I'm on a Zyrtex too. So if anybody's like, why is the Mad Hatter acting fucking loopy? You fucking know. But can we curse on this podcast, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We're not monetized. We just do this for fun.
No, I love it. So if you don't know LA, it's like you are next to a lot of different regional things. So you can go from downtown LA, you can go to the beach, you can go to Joshua Tree, which is the desert, and you could also go to the snow if you want, which is about 2 hours away. There's a place called Big Bear, and it's just like snow. So it's interesting because you can kind of scratch all those different itches, but I have learned very quickly I just can't deal with the snow. I don't know whether it's like my Middle Eastern blood or something, but like I just fucking freeze up and it's miserable. I don't know how people wake up and shovel snow, how they get it off their. That whole fucking thing is so foreign to me, and it keeps me away from places like we're thinking of maybe moving out of like LA, moving out of California, and one of my biggest criteria is that it can't be a place with fucking snow. I just do not deal with it.
Dude, it's a blessing and a curse. So people that are listening that don't know, or maybe like people that don't live in snow or live in kind of like for example, like Steven lives in Illinois. So Steven deals with the snow as well, but I I get all the snow from like Lake Erie and shit. So like we get that lake effect snow, and then we get like the stuff that comes up from the fucking Midwest that shoots up. So we get like double pounded where I'm at, and it's annoying as shit.
I get the Lake Michigan snow
Oh,
effect.
don't
I
you?
get it. Yeah.
Yeah, you get that. Yeah, the trade wind snows come off of that. I didn't realize that. It's a nightmare. Like for me, like you said, with your Middle Eastern blood, I've got Scandinavian blood. I can walk outside at 40-degree weather, shorts and a t-shirt. I'm gold. Like, I'm like, doesn't bother me at all. My fiance is fucking freezing her ass off, and she's completely bundled up. She loses it, and like, I'm just like, what's your problem? I don't like it, but yeah, dude, yeah, when you have to wake up, and thankfully, I know we've spoken about it. Steven, same way. Like, this is like the work from home crew right here. Like, we all kind of work from home, but when
You guys all work from home, huh?
yeah.
Yep.
But
Isn't it the best?
when I didn't,
Isn't it the greatest fucking invention that was ever? I don't even know if it's an invention, but it's fucking amazing, man.
yeah,
It's great.
yeah, my job, I cover Ohio, so it's like sick. Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't have to
yeah.
wake up early as shit in the morning to like get your snow. Like, there's been times where I've woken up and I can't get out of my driveway. I got to get to work. My driveway's completely. I'm plowed in, and I got to snow blow and get that shit going, and it's a fucking nightmare. So it's a blessing and a curse, because it's great when you can't make it to work, and they're like, all right, stay home. But now we work from home, so it's like, fuck it. But
I just think about that. That's what bothers me the most is just the idea of like you get up, you got to put on what are those things called, galoshes and a fucking shovel, and you walk out and you look like the neighbor from Home Alone, and you're just fucking like just getting all that shit off of your car, and that concept, just to leave, just to go to the supermarket. You take advantage that like you just hear, I don't know, and trust me, we got other problems in LA. It fucking sucks for a lot of reasons, but snow is not one of them. I do love just the concept of get in your car, go wherever you want to go immediately, and you don't have to bundle up and all that. All that shit sounds fucking miserable to me, man.
dude, yeah. So I was alluding to before, like we went and got our dog yesterday, and we're about I don't know, an hour. So it takes about an hour, hour and a half to get from New York, where I'm at, to Pennsylvania. And we had to drive to the east side of Pennsylvania, about a half an hour north of Philadelphia. And we ended up going into New Jersey and everything, but when you go down, it's kind of like a J shape, right? That was our trajectory. It snowed the whole fucking way. And I mean like whiteout. Everybody's going, it's a 65, 70, depending on where you're at, speed limit. Everybody goes 80, like, and it's fine. 80 is like the normal speed limit.
Yeah.
And everybody's going 45, 50. And almost bumper to bumper, everybody's slow as shit, and like, it's miserable. We get literally into Pennsylvania, pull into Krispy Kreme, because we don't have one here, so we can grab some Krispy Kreme, and fucking clear as day. Roads are dry, roads are clear, everything is golden. And it's like awesome. And we looked at the radar, and it was like a big sheet of snow, and we're like, cool. So I asked April, like, yo, when does this stop? Because I don't want to drive back in this shit. She says 2:30, it should stop. Cool. We got our dog at 3 o'clock. We're driving back. Our ETA is like maybe 7 p.m., right? We fucking hit Binghamton, and it's a goddamn whiteout again. I'm like, what the fuck? I want to move to PA at this point. Like, I'll move. You move an hour and a half, 2 hours south, and you're gold. But like for us, it's like, fuck you. You're getting snowed on the whole way. We're gonna make this miserable. Oh, it was awful. And like, I have super bad anxiety when I drive because I get pissed off at everybody around me, and I'm just anxious all the time. And I'm like having a fucking heart attack driving home, like an old woman, like trying to stare, like making sure I could see the road. And it's like, man, snow sucks.
Yeah, completely you got zero visibility, right?
Yeah.
It's and I've seen just the anxiety of people when they drive in fucked up weather. Like whenever it rains here, I don't know, maybe I take advantage of the idea of the fact that I'm from Florida, from a very rainy state. I don't know, I grew up knowing how to drive in the rain. People here don't know how to fucking drive in the rain. It's wild. It's there's no time it rains here where you get on the highway and there's no accidents. People just, I don't know, they just lose their shit. At least you're being careful, but there's a lot of people that just, I rarely worry about myself in inclement weather. What is it called? In fucked up weather. It's usually the people around me are the fucking idiots that just don't drive carefully. So, but I couldn't imagine doing it in the snow. That would just, that concept of just like a whiteout blizzard is just fucking, that's just wild to me.
Dude, it's awful because like Steven can attest to this. Like what you normally do is you try to pay attention to the tire tracks in the road, and you try to keep your tires on those tires because you know those fuckers did not go off the road, so you're gonna try to stay right in there, and just kind of stay where it is. Thankfully, like this time around, I got this is my first. I got a new car a year ago. And I drive, I have a Kia K5, and I got like the GT, like all-wheel drive, and you know, I got the works on it. It's like the most expensive car I ever bought, and that shit is a monster in the snow. Like that thing is awesome. My last car was a fucking hybrid electric vehicle that was, it was another Kia, but that thing, like you get in rain, that bitch is fishtailing everywhere.
Yeah,
because it had so much torque to it, and it was a crossover. It was a nightmare. So I was like, I'm gonna get like a all-wheel drive semi-sports car with some good torque, got the big wheels on it, and it was easy. It was easy to drive in the snow, but like goddamn, it was just a nightmare last night.
Yeah, I feel it.
Well, didn't you get snow over by you in California? I heard California got snow.
San Diego, I think, got some snow, which is like 2 hours south of Los Angeles. I like how I did south, like no one knows what south is. But yeah, it's snowed slightly. It's also because San Diego is like, it's like closer in LA or where I am. We're kind of more inland. I mean, you got to go like an hour to get to the to like the beaches. San Diego's like right on the beach. I think it got colder, and that's why. But that was like a fucking rarity. But I think they got snow like 2-3 days ago. It's wild. Climate is fucking.
It is.
The Earth is going crazy.
It is. I don't know if you pay attention to like the actual reports, but where I live in Syracuse, 30 years they say with the way that everything's going. Man, I'm just beaming right now, and I have my fucking blackout curtain here.
You look very angelic, by the way.
Dude, it is
almost Jesus-like.
Look at that. Look how closer I get. I'm getting blown out. I'm gonna
Yeah,
back up a little bit.
there's a nice Jesus halo that's kind of like hitting you. So FYI, but go on.
30 years where I live in New York, they're saying we're gonna have tropical Florida weather. So that's
Oh yeah,
yeah, we're getting there. Like right
like
now, it's just a weird situation. This is the first time we've had like some shit snow. It's been very warm here for the past couple weeks, so it just kind of randomly hit because it knows when I got to do shit. It only hits when it knows I got to like do a long drive or something.
Yeah, I mean over here it's like 50.
Yeah,
and it's crazy for this time of year. I'm loving it, but it's just weird.
yeah. According to this right now, we are 36 degrees. Feels like it's 27. And it's going to be in the 30s to 40s all week. So we're like getting this weird late year winter snowstorm and stuff. And I can actually hear snow falling off my roof as we speak because the sun's hitting directly.
It's wild, boys.
Dude,
the Earth's trying to kill us.
Global warming.
So I'll switch gears a little bit to talk about global warming. Have you picked up anything from Holothon yet?
Yeah, I was going to ask, have you?
Me? No, I've been pretty fucking sick, and so rather than like infect the Earth, I was like, I'm gonna stay home. But I'm gonna be. I think today's the first day I'm gonna go out. It's still early here. It's 9:20 here, so or 9:28. So I think I'm going out today to do my first official Holothon run. My buddy was actually able to get me. He went to Target. He found the punks. The 2-pack, so he's like covered me on that. But yeah, I'm gonna go hunting today and see what it's like. It's been miserable, but I'm on the mend, and I'm gonna try it out. Supposedly, I mean we're in California, so we've been getting a lot of these like holothon things. Like a lot of the ones that have been showing up have been showing here.
Yeah.
But I might already be too late to the game. But we'll see. I'm honestly not too stressed about it because I really think this is going to be pretty readily available in the next, even a week from now. I think this stuff will be everywhere. Maybe the accessory pack will be the hardest one to find, but long answer, no, I have not done any hunting yet, but I shall, and I might even start today. Yeah, what about you guys?
I know you're near Oscar, right? Oscar in the party wagon?
Oscar is about... He's in a city called Santa Clarita.
Right.
Okay. We have a huge feud with them. So Oscar and I are kind of like enemies. I don't know if you knew that, but he's like an hour, not an hour. He's like 40 minutes up. I love Oscar, by the way.
Yeah.
He's like 40 minutes up, and it's a lot less. I think a lot less congestion of people. Like I'm in LA proper, so I'm dealing with every fucking metropolitan asshole. He's in sort of like a smaller kind of city.
Yeah. I brought that up because this morning he sent us through the group chat. He got another drop, didn't he, Steven? Like he posted a bunch of boxes. So Oscar he's hit it twice so far. So you got Oscar if you need any help on top of that. I'm putting his name out there.
No, Oscar helps me a lot, man. He sent me a text yesterday saying, "Hey, one of the stores next to me has some stuff." I couldn't go because again, like I was just fucking not feeling it. But he sends me a lot of stuff, and that guy's a wild man. He will get something, and that day I'll see like a custom that he created, just on the day, and it'll be beautiful. It'll be like NECA produced it or something. So he's a fucking wild man, but he gets shit. He finds shit.
Yeah, he did that. The big like Goro looking shredder, the new clone shredders. He already made a blue one.
Yeah, like, he made them all blue. Like the whole, he has the whole blue squad. So, and the little guy too, right? Like he did the whole. I think he did them all. So, I might knock on his door soon because I got that custom. What is it called? You know, the Donatello does machines, the big stupid machine in the
I got the coffee machine
song. Yeah, the coffee machine. Sorry. I have that, but it's not painted. So I think when the Donnie's Lab comes out, I'm gonna knock on Oscar's door to see if I can commission him to paint that to kind of match like the portal or something, because he does great work.
Yeah. was it who was selling those? Was it Dennis Foster in the Party Wagon? I think I got mine
That
from.
sounds familiar. I'm so
Yeah.
bad with names, but I think that's yeah. Dennis sounds right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get like 400 DMs a day. It feels like I'm bad with names as well.
Yeah, for sure.
um,
Well, you're running the show, man.
I get so many DMs. But to answer your
You're running,
question,
you're running the wagon, the TMNT party wagon.
yeah,
Shameless plug.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of us. Mind you, we have one guy that always is like obsessed with Steven and I. That always like he always makes posts and he's just like these guys are the best. And it's like there's like 8 others of us, man. Like Jesus Christ.
Talking about admins.
Yeah. So when I started the group, I started the group on like what I felt really neglected in my previous role that it wasn't my group, and I knew how it felt. So when I did the new one, I was like, I want it to be like a community group. Like I want to do a bunch of admins just because I wanted people to feel like it was a group thing and not just me. Even though people still look at me like the manager, like that's literally how it is. I wanted it to be like a group thing. It was everybody had a piece of the pie. We all put in something different, and that was kind of the whole idea. That's why I have people that have like different jobs, different parts of the U.S., stuff like that. So.
Sure. Maybe you guys give me admin so I can abuse my power. I kind of feel like doing that. I would love to just for some yucks for a few weeks. Just kind of like I don't know, just abuse power, ban some people, and then unban them or something. I don't know if you guys are with that, but I feel like that might shake things up a little bit in the party wagon.
So funny, two things about that. Steven keeps bothering the rest of us to add you as an admin.
Yes, I have.
I'm like,
I
he's
think
got a
that's
kid.
good.
Are we gonna burn him with that? And the other part is Oscar's the opposite. Whenever we want to ban somebody, Oscar's like, no guys, let's give him another chance. He's like we're all like freaking Vlad the Impaler over here, just trying to kill everyone as fast as possible. And then we've got like Oscar, like saving grace. Like he's the reason there's people that have not been banned from the group that have been just straight assholes all the whole time they were in it is Oscar. Through and through, it's Oscar.
Oscar, I could see that. Oscar's like a gentle soul. You know what I mean? He's like a butterfly. If I had admin power, I will say I would abuse it. I mean, it would really just the mood I'm in. Like if I just see somebody and they go, one thing that I hate. Sometimes you're in a group, you get excited about something. You're like, hey guys, check out this new figure, and some guy goes pass. Just that alone, I would be like, you know what? I'll just ban that guy for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? It's just his opinion, but I don't like it. So I would for sure, I think, abuse my power. So if you guys want to ever mix things up, I think you should do that. Maybe give me admin for like, maybe we test it for like a good week or so. See if I don't burn the group down to the ground.
Dude, it is hard not to do that. I will be completely honest. Like I see so much shit that I'm just like, fuck this guy, and then I'm like, well, gotta step back.
Yeah, I have a lot of like, fuck it. I should not be on the internet because like when I see shit in black and white, I always take it. My wife is very, very, she's like the yin to my yang, and sometimes I'll read something and I'll get furious, and she's like, look, like maybe that guy didn't mean it like in the way you're seeing it, because sometimes when you see something in black and white, you're just like, this motherfucker, and then you have to kind of take a step back. You're like, well, I don't know, maybe he's coming from a good place. But that being said, there are people that are just trying to be snarky assholes. But I feel like I would just start banning people just based off of just the mood that I'm in. So maybe it's a good thing that I'm not starting a Facebook group, or I'm not an admin with any power.
Dude,
I am a group expert, I think.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. It's a delicate balance, but
that's true.
We'd love to have you on, like stir shit up a bit to let people know we're not fucking around.
Yeah, like one day we'll call it like Hatter Day or something, and it's just like anything goes. You know what I mean? You could get banned at the drop of a hat, and we can undo it the next day, but just fucking mix things up.
Yeah,
I think we should do it. Let Mad Hatter just go ahead and improve and not post and just ban anybody he wants.
We can bring into the admin chat.
I'd love to ban Justin right away, only because I love that guy so much, and I think it'll confuse him. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden I just fucking ban him for like just a day, like just some post that he has, and then that's what I want to do. Just start mass confusion, and maybe I ban Oscar too, just because he's such a sweetheart, and everybody who doesn't deserve it, I just take it out on them, and then just have fun, right?
They're so funny. Yeah, we have an admin group chat, and I mean, we'd always invite you to the admin group chat and mute that shit right away because sometimes it like pops off. It is, dude, it is nuts when you've got so many. We have so many people in there. We've got Tom Bolaires, my buddy Tom's in there, and he doesn't.
Oh
he
my God, the fucking
nothing.
maestro, man.
Yeah, he contributes nothing to the group chat. He'll look at it every once in a while. But yeah, he's just there. Pedro's in there.
He's an artist. He's contributing to the world, man.
Yeah. Well, we've got some cool shit on the way. So wait, we got some huge news. I will say. So I'm just gonna fucking say it, like, right? Like, I know Steven knows. Steven knows this, but
just drop the news, buddy.
Tom and I. So Tom made some new like kind of like slip-ons, some like slides. I'm not gonna show them off. No one can see them. But they're like not sandals, but like old man loafer things. I don't know what to call them. But lo and behold, Peter Laird wants a pair of them, and
what
Tom
the
and
maestro?
So we're working on it because it's probably going to happen, but we're most likely going to go hand deliver them to him. So we're going to take the road trip up to where
that is fucking amazing.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's like a dream come true. I told April about it. I told my grandfather about it because he knows how much of a big Turtles fan I am. And we got invited to go meet Kevin Eastman and all those guys through Steve Levine, one of the artists that's best friends with both of them. Is like literally the guy that brings us on board, and he loves us. And it's just like the coolest shit. It's like so wild where this weird turtle thing adventure has brought both of us. Like, Tom does it for a living. I do it out of passion just for fun. And we just are making these insane memories just being able to go do shit because of this. Like, I tell Tom that like I'm just like riding his coattails on this one because he's the one doing all the sick ass work. And he's like, my sick ass work wouldn't be out there if it wasn't for you. So all right. I'm like, all right, I guess we're just kind of in this together.
Batman and Robin.
That's the dream. You're meeting your heroes.
Yeah, that's
my wish, and not that I don't want to jinx your whole thing, but like I hope that like you meet Peter and he's like almost like insane, like he's just like almost like a recluse and just says crazy things. Like because you have a whole thing about don't meet your heroes, and I just have to imagine. If you have a mind where you can create a concept like Ninja Turtles, there's got to be something going on. So like part of me wishes he's like one of these guys who just walks around with a robe and a gun and just kind of scares you guys. So but I'd be very curious how that meeting goes.
Yeah.
Do those guys hate each other, by the way? I don't even know. Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, is there like a fucking like they don't work together, right?
No, they don't. No, not
anymore. They kind of. It's weird. So what I've gathered,
I know they fell out.
They kind of like went their separate ways in the 90s, right? I think it was like Kevin had sold his share to Peter, and then Peter brought Turtles where it brought it in the direction. Then he sold it to Viacom. But more recently, like in the past 10 years, they've kind of like I'd say mended things up. Because there's an age difference between them. So Kevin's younger, and Kevin was always kind of like a wild guy. I was told. So they kind of like went their separate ways, but now they've mended things up together, and they're kind of doing things together again, in small things. But Peter's a little older. He has a lot of goddamn money that he sold the Turtles for. So he just kind of gets to sit back and enjoy life.
Yeah, that's why you gotta get in with that guy. Get some of that money. Get some of that money filtered into TMNT Party Wagon. And say, come on, Peter, fucking open that checkbook. Maybe give me a slice. You know what I mean?
Right. Man, I need this.
Netflix had an episode about Peter and Kevin. Well, it was about the Ninja Turtles, but then they talked about them and exactly what you explained. So I forgot what it's called.
Wasn't it? It was Kevin or something, right? That gave up like his share or like the lion's share. Like, I'm just asking why. Maybe it's in the special. I'm just trying to think like why you would. That thing is like a fucking cash cow that does not stop. Ninja Turtles. It's like biblical at this point. It does not stop. So I don't know. Maybe he had a good reason to do that.
It's gonna outlive us.
Right.
That much.
Yeah. Oh, easily, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a quick like harken back to the question that we just got off on that wild tangent on. I got all my Holothon shit. I know Steven got all his Holothon shit. He's got some of it. I can see it in his background, like right below my finger. That bastard
Oh.
he bought 3 of the 2-packs each of the frickin'
I had to, and I also have this
Oh,
guy.
sexy.
yeah.
Sexy Rexy.
Steven's the guy that buys 1 of each, so we can do like 1 on the shelf, 1 in box. But then because he likes to buy the because they have like the mutations, he had to buy 3 of the goddamn thug packs. So this guy's got 3.
I was actually really annoyed that Jersey Red doesn't have any mutation. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this one?
Hold on, you got 3 of each.
Well, no, I got 2 of each, but I got 3 of the gang members.
The gang members, okay.
Because I had to do. I'm sorry.
No, are you complete? Like me? Like you have? Like have you gotten everything you wanted to get from Holothon as of now?
Yes.
Okay.
The only thing I didn't get was the last Ronin. I did not like it.
You didn't like it, okay. And what about and Gary? You got everything you wanted to get to?
I bought everything. The only thing that I don't have like room for on my shelves yet, which is driving me nuts, is my my Archie stuff. Like the Archie line, like I've literally got sitting in front of me as I'm talking, Man Ray. And then this is the old, I got this badass sitting here, and then I've got Jaguar sitting over there on like standing on top of my sewer layer. So it's like I don't have any room for these things. And right before this call, I was trying to rearrange my shelves, and I gotta buy more shelves. And I'm trying to keep the bottom of my shelves clear so I can get the sewer layer stuff in there when they come out. But I'm just like I'm out of space at this point. They are shoulder to shoulder.
I'm in the middle of a rearrangement right now, so I feel the pain.
I look at that shelf every video. I focus in on that shelf to see what you're adding to it.
I know that's very OCD, by the way. Yeah, that's a very OCD. Harry, can you admit that it bothers you a little bit that Steven got 3 of each? I mean, let's just it irks you just a little bit.
Here's what irks me the most about Steven getting 3 of each, is that the 2 that he opened, he put on a shelf, and he fucking straight-legged those bastards. He straight-legs them, and he doesn't bend their knees. He doesn't do any cool poses with them. They're all standing there like robots. It drives me nuts. Every time he sends us a fucking photo of his collection, it hurts a little. Like, I'm just like, God damn it.
You know what, Steven? I would keep that up. Keep on straight-legging those guys, because that's you're getting an emotional response. That's really the point, right?
Yeah. Point, right? Exactly.
I don't think
I only bent the frog legs.
Let's see.
Exactly. If I had a display that I knew bothered a friend of mine, I would keep on doing that. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at you with the fucking big baller three play set up right there.
Yeah, that's the regular, the tune, and then I custom painted one. Like I use like resin to make blood and stuff, and tried to go all full beans on it. It came out cool.
Yeah, all you custom guys. You guys are wild, man. I wish I could do that.
My desk is covered with customs. I can't wait to finish this set. We were talking about Oscar earlier with his blue boys. I got my my blue turtles.
So you just got like a knockoff and painted in blue?
Oh yeah. Yep. Knockoffs are great for customs.
People ask me all the time if they're going to re-release that mold. I was like, I don't think it's going to happen. That thing has been knocked off so much. Why would they fucking even try it?
Yeah, confirmed.
I don't even think they own the molds anymore. I think the molds are gone. I think that weren't they stolen? Weren't they heisted right out of the fucking NECA headquarters?
That's the word. That's the word on the street. Someone took them. But
yeah, it's not happening. If anything, those Lost and Mirage Turtles, they become the de facto Mirage Turtles moving forward. But that older release, it's I get that question all the time. Like, do you think that they're ever going to re-release that? And it's like, I don't know, but I really, really doubt it, because it is just fucking knockoff city. I see them everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I would buy them if they re-release them, but at the same time, like, that's just me. If people were like, I can get them for $40 for all 4 of them, like, they would do that instead and do the knockoffs.
I don't think so. Not me. So? Me, I'm not a generic type of guy. I like OEM, the real versions of stuff. Yeah. So I would not do it. For me, no.
He just fucking faced you, Gary.
Well, what's funny about it too is, like, I had the originals. I bought them when they came out in 2008. I bought them from a local shop, and I had them for a while. And then I sold. I kept all of them in the tubes except for Raph, because I had a Raphael shelf when I was like early on in collecting in like 2010 ish. and I had them for a while, and I loved those. And then I sold all of them. I don't know, 2015, 2016. I had no interest in getting them. And then then I started getting into all the NECA stuff when they started coming out with the 2-packs, like back in 2019. And I ended up buying a set of knockoffs, but they were the version 3, and I didn't know there were versions of them.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, and now I have a version 1 set, which are like identical to the authentic ones. The only problem is they don't have a flexible chest plate. So
right, isn't that the difference? Like wait, you don't have you sold off the original ones.
I kept Raph. I sold the original 3, and then I ended up getting a Michelangelo for like $30 because people always sell the authentic tubed ones for a lot less because it's hard to tell if they're authentic or not. But I did get an authentic Mikey, and I had those sitting on my shelf for a while. And then I had bought a Donatello off of eBay, showed up, ended up being a KO, and they said it was authentic, so I got my money back for that one. But I just kind of gave up after that. I was like, I'm not gonna do this. And I got a good deal on the KOs that look identical. I had the real ones, so like looking at them both, I'm satisfied, and I think that's what matters out of them. I'm pretty stoked on them. I like what they look like. And then Steven sold me the white ones. Steven sold me an authentic set of the white ones, which is cool.
Yeah, gotta help out a friend. So
yeah,
those white ones are super expensive now. And I didn't even know that there was like another version. There's like the white ones in the 4-pack, and then there's ones with like the background.
Yeah.
Right, and the accessories.
Accessories or whatever. Well, the ones I have, they didn't have the street, but they have the weapons, obviously. But
Right.
It also didn't have like the 2008 exclusive sticker, and that's the one that's like fucking hot to trot. It's like going for like $1,000 or so, or maybe more. I don't even know.
Yeah,
there's
like
a lot of them that are signed.
Almost $2,000.
Yeah. Funny story. I don't think I've ever told it on this channel. I used to go on a vacation back in the day to, funny enough, Jersey Shore, and I want to say it was like 2010. No, 2009, and we were in this place called Wildwood, New Jersey. It's like a boardwalk, southern Jersey, and they had a toy shop on the boardwalk. Walked in, and they had the original 4-pack San Diego Comic-Con exclusive signed by Eastman and Laird, and they wanted $200 for it. And I was like, that's way too expensive. Like, there's no way I can spend $200 on this thing. Like, that's just way too much money. You know, and mind you, like, when I went, I was 22, 23 maybe. I was like, around there, I was like 23. So, yeah, 22, 23. And I was like, for me, like, I was only making like $8 an hour. So I wouldn't have money.
When you're 22, 23, $200 is like, not that $200 is anything to sneeze at, but that's everything. That's like, I don't know, that could be a week of work. So
yeah, I look back at that day and I kick myself. I am so pissed I did not fucking buy that thing.
Like, you should be pissed. I'd be pissed every day if I was you.
Yeah, so would I.
I'd be pissed. Dude, I'm so mad.
You really, let's be honest, really fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So like
just live with that, Gary.
I ended up buying the San Diego Comic-Con the arcade set that they have. I ended up buying that. It's on my wall all the way up top, and I got that's signed by Kevin Eastman. I ended up getting that, which is pretty cool. So that's good enough for me.
No, that's cool. But I always want you to think about that set you missed. Like that. More importantly, just think about the one that got away. That's good.
Yeah, I'm on my deathbed. Do you have any regrets? This 2009 Wildwood, New Jersey.
Exactly. I like to dwell on regrets. I don't like when people just move on and be like, "I'm fine with this." No, let yourself be in pain from the mistakes of the past.
Yeah, I was so pissed.
It's nice and healthy.
God, I'm so pissed. It's like part of me thinks that somehow I can drive back down there and that will still be there. Like 13 years, 14 years later. Like, part of me thinks
it's still there. I'm flying there and grabbing it, just FYI.
It's worth it. It's worth the plane ticket because like the resale value of that bastard is like.
I gotta make some money, man. LA's fucking expensive. I gotta do some flipping.
Right. Speaking of flipping, when are we getting Flipper Frank? When are we getting them?
Yeah.
Is he still coming?
What was the last Flipper Frank thing I did? I don't even remember.
Holothon's a good return to form.
It is. You need energy for that Flipper Frank thing. I remember, I think it was like Geek Dad Life or somebody or Mega. I don't know, but he was like, "Hey, come on and do like a Flipper Frank thing," and you know, like we'll riff for like 10 minutes. It's like, dude, I can't keep that up for it's like such like an all-encompassing. It just takes up so much energy, and you have to just like be on the spot with just like it's like doing a wrestling promo. I can't keep it up. So I just feel like right now, I don't know, like Holothon is a good time to do it. I remember the last time I did it. I did that stupid award show as Flipper Frank,
Oh.
and that was a fucking editing nightmare. Um, and I think I don't know, just pissed off because I was like, it just took me so long to put that together. But Holothon is a good time. Like maybe I don't know what the subject matter would be, but maybe I figure that out or something. I've actually been thinking. Now I'm just thinking out loud of doing like a separate channel, like a Flipper Frank channel, and only put videos of Flipper Frank because there's a lot of dumb fucks that are just pretty fucking dumb who watch the Flipper Frank videos and they think it's like a real thing. They're
I was gonna bring that up.
Dude, the Flipper Frank videos get the most dislikes. They get more likes, but you know, when you go to YouTube, you have your dislike and your like ratio. Okay, they get so many dislikes because I just have to assume people are fucking stupid. Like it really is baffling the amount of stupidity. And I think a lot of people just see it. Their gerbil brains only take 5 seconds to process what's happening, and they go, "What the fuck? Flipping toys? Fuck you!" And they dislike it. So I'm thinking of maybe just starting a separate channel, and like, here's the Flipper Frank channel, and I could do reviews, and I could put any nonsense on there, and I don't confuse people. God forbid you try to have fun with YouTube. Everybody's like, "What? No, follow a rule. Tell me exactly the thing." So that is what I've been thinking about because I don't know how I got to that, but yeah, the dislike ratio always makes me laugh. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the troll in me, but like I actually find it hilarious when it's like something just pisses people off in that way. But I am thinking of maybe segmenting it and yeah, just doing like a Flipper Frank thing.
Yeah, I remember when you did your first video, I looked at the comments and people were like, "Yo, fuck this guy. What a piece of shit." And I was dying. I was like, "How can you not?"
Dude.
Like, look, like the dude's wearing sunglasses in his living room. Like, come on. Like
how do people not?
I got DMs going like, "What the fuck was up with that?" It was even I used to have a dude that I used to work with, and he kind of like helped me. He taught me a lot of like the editing tricks, and you know, not that I'm like a master editor, but like he was just kind of like help me with some of that stuff when I started. Even he was like, "Yeah, I don't get what this is like what is the purpose of this character?" And I was like, you know, it's like and he's not really in the toy game. He's like a Lego guy. I was like, it's kind of like just, you know, you're spoofing like what everyone kind of thinks of when they think of like your average Flipper, which by the way is not that off because Flipper Frank is based on a dude that I didn't know him, I knew of him, that used to work at a swap shop in Florida, and he used to do these really cheesy. He would flip toys, but he also flipped jewelry. It was like everything at like this like swap shop flea market, and he would do these horrible cable access commercials, and he would sound exactly like that. And so he kind of looked like that too. So it was him combined with like Jimmy Hart from the WWE.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I find those fun. I just try to have fun. Obviously, you guys know that. And you know, but I am thinking of maybe I just kind of like start a sister channel, as they call it, and just land all my Flipper Frank shit there.
Yeah, that shit's it's so funny. Like the intros and everything about that shit just always gets me. Like I love that. I flipped once during the pandemic, and I still feel dirty for it. It wasn't Turtles, but I did it once, and like I know people are gonna come at me about that, but I think I told Steven about it. It was those fucking those Cobra Vipers. Remember when those classified Vipers hit and they're army builders?
Oh yeah, the Vipers hit.
They were.
Well, let me ask you a question. Let me ask this: did you buy them for the A, did you clean out the Vipers, and B, did you buy them specifically for the because you wanted to flip them?
A little of both. I left one on the shelf. I brought one to a friend who was a collector at cost, and then I flipped the rest of them. And I saw them. I walked in. I was like, man, I just remodeled my living room, and like these are $20. They're selling for 120 on eBay right now. I'm like, that's a good profit. Like shit. So I'm like, and I looked at April, and the funny April was like, it was like. Like got them all, like we're going. We put them up on eBay for $90 a piece. I think we had 5 of them. We grabbed 5 of them.
Did they sell?
Immediately. Like we sold them for $30 less than everybody else. And I mean, like as I was packing one up, the next one would sell. And like over it, like I just had them all. We sold them like immediately. I mean, immediately within 30 minutes, they were all gone from listing. And I still feel so goddamn dirty about it.
How much of a dumb fuck would you feel if you bought that thing for $90? Like that. I guess that's. I almost get angrier at the people that are just buying the stuff. It's like, especially when it's a new item. Like that one guy that bought that shakuhachi or whatever for. I don't even know the price. Somebody told me it wasn't really 300. It was like 200 and something. But it's just like, I don't understand the need. To just you need the thing now, and you need the thing but look, I mean, if you got the money to burn, I guess, but I don't know, I feel like burn it on something else. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's the whole thing of fear of missing out. I mean, people like go crazy because they don't feel like they're going to be able to get it, and that's why a ton of people are paying over retail now because they can't wait until March 3rd.
Yeah,
so it's wild. It is wild. I hate to say it, I'd probably be one of those people if I couldn't find it and March 3rd wouldn't happen. I'd probably spend that money.
I think if you can't find it, I feel like all bets are off. I think like if you can't find the stuff and or you're international, because I've been there, like you want a certain thing, and I've paid flippers lots of times for stuff, but it's usually if you know the toy game. You know that maybe at the beginning of a release, don't try not to. I know enough to know that when something is first released, I'm not going to pay markup for it, only because most of the time, somehow, cosmically, or some buddy of mine finds it, I feel like I'll be able to get it. Now that screwed me, but it screwed me less times than it screwed me more times. Sorry. I've been screwed less times by overpaying in the beginning than if I just fucking like wait and then it never comes back in stock. Usually toy companies want theirs. They want their money back. So it's like if they know that they release Vipers and they're selling fucking hot, Hasbro's not stupid. They're going to be like, let's release more Vipers. And now you could get, I was big on the Vipers too, but now you can get them Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toys. You can get them pretty much anywhere. I can hit purchase now and get 5 Vipers delivered to me next week. So it really just, I don't know, it really depends, I think, on, my advice is always like, just at least wait to see what the distribution is, wait to see these like, once that beginning initial rush of everybody going to Target at 6 a.m, 7 a.m, wait to see what it looks like. And then, I don't know, make a decision on, do I pay like a flipper's price? Because I understand it sucks to drive around and sometimes you pay more doing that. So like, why not? But I would, my advice, not that anybody asked, but my advice is usually give it a beat when something comes out, especially if it's not like a numbered item, like, like that Usagi Yojimbo, that signed shit. I mean, I jumped on that right away because that's like a numbered, they only made so many thing. But if it's not something that is counted or a numbered item, it's like usually I'll just tell people just wait till the heat dies down.
Right. Imagine.
Yeah, but okay. Sorry. On that point, though, I mean, did you care about that signature? You didn't want to wait for a non-signature version for cheaper?
I did care about the signature. I got it because of the signature. I was because I knew the black and white Usagi was gonna be out there. And black and white is, I love black and white figures, but I don't think that they sell that hot. Yeah,
I'm a sucker
I don't
for
think
them.
that like everybody like. like people treat black and white figures like they treat black and white films. Like there's a group of people that love them, and there's like, what, black and white? I want this in color. I got the Stan Sakai signature because I wanted. I never had a Stan Sakai signature. I got the little drawing on there. But oh yeah, I knew for sure it was going to come out. It was going to come out just like the regular standard version.
Okay.
Yeah. Imagine buying like that Chakahachi set that dude paid for, or like paying a flipper and getting that shit like broken in the box though. Imagine that shit. Like that's what I always think about.
Oh, it could have been broken.
Yeah.
It very well could have been broken. But that's why I don't know. That's why I didn't mean to get rhetorical here and make this like a lesson, but I get that question asked a lot. Like somebody will send me like a listing and be like, "Hey, this thing, this flipper has it. It's not that much more money. And it's like, I don't know, do whatever you want to do. But like I don't know. I feel like usually when you wait, I don't know. What is that? Patience. What's the saying about waiting?
What,
Fuck.
patience is a
My
virtue?
brain's not working.
Yeah, patience.
There's another one. Like the good things come. Good things come to those who wait.
Yeah, right.
But I understand what you're saying, Steve. I get the whole FOMO really fucking kicks in hard. But I think once you do this enough, especially if it's not like a numbered thing, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you'll get it. No?
For me, I didn't have FOMO. I told Steven, like, I'm just jealous. Like, I want this shit. Like, Steven walked in. Steven got his on, what, Wednesday or Thursday?
Wednesday.
It was Wednesday because I went hunting Thursday and you had already had your shit. Yeah, like, I just get, like, I'm, like, just super jealous. I'm like, fuck, I want these too. Because, like, for me, like, not only do I want them, but I also want to open them and show people in the wagon. Like, I want to do those hot takes. And Steven did some as well because there's just so many. And I just love doing the hot takes. I just love like opening it up, and because there's so much negativity with everything. Like people are still talking about like that NECA products are made out of what was that thing? They're made out of food, like perishable food sort, like some shit like that. They're like they're not listed.
Oh yeah, there's like isn't there a rumor that like in 10 years your NECA products are just going to dissolve into fucking dust or something?
Yeah, like
isn't
they're
like the thing?
they're like somehow like graded some way around. I don't know, but I mean, look at the Mirage Turtles. Like they are 14 years old, 15 years old now. They're not gonna fall apart. You know, it's not.
No, mine's great. The only thing about my black and white Mirage Turtles is they're a little yellowed. But other than like in comparison to like the black and white turtles that are not turtles, they're like the black and white foot soldiers that came out at Walmart. Like those are real bright white. Like the paint is obviously like they're new figures. The older black and white ones, black and white turtles are they're just a little yellowed, I think. But I'm looking at it right now. But other than that, they're fine. I don't know where this whole perishable thing came from, but
it's good. Yeah, it's like.
And I get jealousy, by the way. I'm extremely jealous of you, both of you fucking guys. Like all of you you got the whole thing, and I don't even have one stupid thing. But I don't know. I feel like I've let go of that. I do feel the desire, and maybe this is just the YouTuber in me, to get the thing fast and then put it out fast. But I don't know. I feel like at this point, I review it when I review it, and then, if people want to watch it, they want to watch it. You know what I mean? But there is, just looking at it, like, especially that whole pile Steven's got mocking me with all its glory right there, like it does, it fucking hurts.
Yeah, you gotta write that algorithm, man. That algorithm's everything. I did the holothon video. Like I literally woke up, I looked at my phone, 5 hours had passed, and Oscar had sent me all the we sent all the holothon photos. I'm like, fuck, it's been 5 hours. Like shit. So I woke up and I clocked into work. I did a little bit of work. Took a quick 15. Threw the camera on. I was just like, let's fucking do it. And I just did a whole banger, like one take, 15 minutes. Banged it out.
Yeah.
Did the graphic real quick and just threw it up on YouTube, and like it worked. Like no one else was doing the holothon videos. Yeah. So like, yeah. So,
I get it.
Yeah. Sometimes it's worth it, man. I mean, we're not monetized. Like we don't make money off of it, but at the same time, it's like if we get to the point to where we could be monetized and we could reinvest that money into shit, like why not? So we try to jump on that. Sure. But funny enough, I did. So we bought all that shit. I bought all of mine. I had to take a break. This is the first time I've ever been annoyed. I was fucking I was so tired of opening toys. There's so many goddamn figures. I was so tired. Like I literally went to bed like right away after I opened up the last toy because I was yawning. Very last figure I opened up, Chakahachi was broken. I was
Oof.
fucking pissed.
Painful.
What broke off?
So first off, he didn't have his top knot. That was my first thing. I took him out. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, what's wrong here? Didn't have his top.
Oh, he didn't have it at all in the box.
Not even in the box. It was gone. And I was like, why does his head look so weird? And then I'm like, all right, cool. So I put his swords on, and I was like, oh, these are pretty cool. They slide in just like the last Ronin does. And I'm like, all right, let me work on the legs a little bit. Legs were super stiff. So I'm like, all right. So I warmed them up a little bit, and I moved one, it was all right, and then I moved the other one, and it fell off at the knee, and I was like, and I looked at it, and it's fucking broke. Like it was literally broken. The O-ring, I guess I'll say, it's like the O with the plug into the knee. It was just cracked. It was absolutely destroyed, and I'm like, the last figure, and like I'm not gonna bitch about it. Like I'm not gonna be an asshole. Like I can go get it returned or something like that. But I posted on Instagram at like $700, and then the very last toy is broken, and I was like super bummed. I posted that, and went to bed, and I woke up to a message from Trevor like, dude, that sucks. I'm so sorry. I'll send you another one. So I'm like, at least it's getting replaced.
Well, see, you got to be. That's a tip to anybody watching. You got to be in the know, like like Gary, and get Trevor to contact you.
Dude, Trevor rules. I love that dude. We talk about toys every once in a while. He sent me this amazing. Have you seen this this stylized Forrest Gump that some company's releasing?
Yeah, that thing looks fucking cool.
Dude, it's sick.
It comes with Forrest Gump, and then you could get beardy Forrest Gump.
Yeah, with like real looking hair and shit. Like he sent that to me the other night, and he goes, "Yo, check this out." And I was like, "This is incredible." Like I saw that. I'm like, it's like he knows me. He knows like the weird shit that I'm into. And I used to do that crazy awesome vinyl toy stuff back in the day. That was my vice before I really like went all in on Turtles. I did all like the crazy vinyl toys and. Like that has that cool look, like Mezco with their 1/12 scale stuff. They had like their own little lines, and yeah, dude, it looks sick. And I'm like,
great. By the way, did you see my crazy interview with him? It was wild. It lit up the fucking internet.
Yeah, dude, with the van, that was huge, exclusive.
Yeah, that was a huge what a huge step up for me.
I've actually, funny enough, I've met Nick from the Foosh, Veebs. He's super nice. He's like a really quiet dude, but he's super.
I have
nice.
nothing against I just like to mix it up. So
yeah, dude, that shit was so funny.
Nothing's personal.
Dude, that shit was so funny. I was cracking up. I thought that was so funny, and the fact that you would cut it like with Nick, like Nick would like go to say something, and you like cut it, and you just that was so fucking good.
Yeah,
God, that was so good.
I was. I'm sure a few people disliked it because they're like, "This is not a real interview." Anyway, that's the Forrest Gump figure came out of nowhere. I was like, this is the most random fucking thing. But I find a lot of these like, I kind of want to start doing more of that shit on my channel, like just like more of these like random smaller company things, like especially a lot of the shit that 5K does.
I was like 5K is like a go-to.
I have these Metal Slug figures I still have to open. I don't know if you guys saw that or if you're into like Metal Slug or
like SNK Metal Slug?
Again?
Like from SNK, the video game?
Yeah, the SNK. So Metal Slug. So again, I got this from 5K Toys. There's like a company abroad. I think it's abroad that like just made these awesome Metal Slug figures, and they're expensive because it's like smaller run companies, but
right.
I kind of want to start doing and spotlighting some more of that because some of the stuff that people are doing now is just fucking wild. Or like Cesare, like those are the guys that do that Gladiator line. There's just some really fucking cool, really talented people out there that are working outside of like IP, and then there's like the knockoff shit that is fucking stepped up their game, like that Crocker figure that they made. Like there's some really wild companies that are not getting their due, but I think they are starting to now that are just doing some fucking great shit. So I kind of wanted to start incorporating that in the channel too.
Yeah, I think it's a smart idea. Personally, like if you're looking at like a figure and like fuck, some of them are like 130, like $130 figure. You don't want to drop money on that with a risk. Like I always go to YouTube and I look it up to see if anybody's reviewed it, so I can see if it's something that I like.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, that's how I found Toy Bro. That's just how I met. That's how I found that dude. Is like he was doing stuff of some figures that I was interested in, and I was like, oh, that's cool. That's cool as shit. So yeah, like I think it's a good idea, especially if you've got those other ones. If you're spending the money on them, might as well throw them up in a video. Someone's gonna want to see it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I gotta slow down on that stuff. Like you saw my wall there, and then I've got like Playmates over here, and I just have no room for anything else because there's so much turtle shit. I told myself stick to NECA, don't do Playmates because it's gonna be a fucking rabbit hole, and here I am, and I have.
Well, I'm sure you got a bedroom, right? You start scattering shit there. You got a bathroom.
I have a whole third floor. I have a whole third floor that we haven't put anything in yet.
Hey, what happened?
I have a whole third floor that nothing's there.
A third floor. So what's the issue? I don't understand.
Oh, it's April. April's the issue. I have to confine all of my fun stuff to my room, is what she said.
I think you got to say, hey, look, this is the way it's got to be, and then you just fucking start encroaching. Okay, you just light up the garage, any closet that she has, you move her stuff aside. That's. I mean, you're a turtle fan. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, our house is very. I don't know if you've ever seen the photos that I post. Every once in a while, I'll put something in the wagon like, "Hey, check out this. We finally finished our living room or some bullshit." Just breaking it up a little bit. Our house is like very nicely decorated, and then you see my room, and like stuff's all over the floor. I've got just wires everywhere from like lighting sources that I'm using. And like it looks like a child walked in here and just threw stuff everywhere. So like
I know that well. By the way, that's horrible marriage advice that I just gave you. So definitely don't do any of that. But
we brought that up on another. Did we bring it up on a podcast where we were talking? So she's got this really expensive taste out of nowhere. She wanted this fucking peacock, and it was a real one, like a real dead peacock. Yeah. And
like a taxidermied peacock.
Yeah, and it was $2,400. And I'm like, you're crazy. She goes, but I really want it. I'm like, you're fucking nuts. And then she talked the seller at an antique store down to $1,100 for it. And she's like, we'll be back in a week to pick it up. And I'm like praying. I'm like, fuck. I hope this week she's like gets over it. She did.
$1,100 for a taxidermied peacock.
Yeah. We got it
last weekend. How much is a real peacock? Like what? If I want to buy a real peacock, what does that cost?
Probably less.
Okay, I think you should. I think you should convince her to get a real one because how cool would that be? Somebody comes over your house and you got just like a real peacock hanging out. That'd be fucking stellar, man. Like that would be a conversation piece if I ever saw one. Is just a real peacock hanging out on
walking
the
around the house. I'm sure my bulldogs would kill it.
Yeah, dude, have you been to Gary's house? He's got a fucking peacock that walks around.
It's an animal house already. 2 English bulldogs, a French bulldog we picked up last night. I got 3 ferrets. I got 2 chameleons. I got a giant fish that's like this big. We've got like crested gecko.
Oh, you're a chameleon guy. Oh my God.
We got panther chameleons. They're like super colorful. But she bought that fucking peacock, and I was like, oh, it's cool. You could buy a peacock for the house, but if I want to get a $900 life-size Leonardo, fuck me. And
oof. Yeah, you can't say anything because if you're like me, which I know you are, if you tabulate all the stuff you buy, you're passing $1,100 a year easily. So you have to almost concede, to your wife to get the thing because she probably doesn't collect. She probably just gets the one big hot ticket item that she wants. But you're probably spending a lot more as a cumulative.
So. Funny enough, she spends a lot of goddamn money on stuff. She buys little trinkets here and there. Leading up to this peacock, we're getting little gold peacock dishes and little gold peacock shits like from fucking Marshalls and Home Goods, and it's like $50 here, $50 here. But then her vice is horror. She like Chucky, Scream, all that stuff. So the third floor, which is like. We haven't finished it yet. Like it's got a floor, but we got to carpet it and paint it and all that. The whole It's about half the size of our house. One room is going to be a horror room, like gothic. All of her memorabilia. I got that NECA life-size Chucky on pre-order, waiting for that bastard to ship. That's like $500. That was her birthday present 2 years ago. So like, we're still waiting for that.
I
to
like
come.
that though.
Yeah, but
like I like the horror, the concept of a horror. But my wife, funny enough, we might have the same wife, is super into horror. She's like a horror aficionado. She's like, if you go like, hey, what's that 80s movie that takes place like in a mall? She'll be like, oh, that's Mall Killer or something. Like, she's just very into horror. So she's not a collector. She does collect, but she's not. I wouldn't. Well, maybe I'll take that back. She does collect some shit, but yeah, it's very into horror. So I do like the idea, the concept of a horror room. If I don't know, I got a kid now, so I probably wouldn't do that. But if I did not, I'd probably create a fucking horror room.
Yeah, it's cool. Like
it's pretty fucking
our
sweet
bulldog's name is Georgie. She named him after Georgie from It.
It Georgie. So you got 80s It Georgie, and you got new It movie Georgie.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, and she bought him like a little yellow rain jacket, like
that's
coat.
Adorable.
And then our bulldogs are 8 and 10, so they're older, but they're still pretty young. But if and when they go, well, they will go. Not if. Fucking everything dies. When they go,
you were right. Take out the if.
Yeah, when they go, she wants to get another Frenchie, and she's gonna name it Penny after Pennywise. Like, she's obsessed.
After Penny. Oh, Penny. Okay, sorry. Yeah. I thought you said Petty. Like Tom
no,
Petty.
Not Petty. No, Penny. So we'll have Pennywise,
like
which
that.
would be cool.
Is she a fan? By the way, that new It movie has to be like one of the most marketed, poetic, fucking like. It's funny to think like that movie's only like 5 years old or something like that, and like I see Pennywise. I see that fucking thing everywhere. So that's like, it's funny. Like every now and then, there will be some kind of iconic horror thing, imagery or character that just like lights up merchandise. And for a while, we didn't have anything. It was like Mike Myers, Freddy Krueger, Jason, and that sold hotcakes. And then every now and then you get like Jeepers Creepers, but that's not like a giant seller. But then that Pennywise came out, and that thing is everywhere. Funko Pops. I go to Frank and Sons, and I just see tons of Pennywise shit. Giant cash cow.
Yeah, insane. Steven, what's your wife like? Besides you.
She's very simple, and she doesn't actually buy a lot of stuff, so I commend her for that. She doesn't like any horror. She actually hates horror movies. She's begging me to go see Magic Mike, which I'm not gonna do. But no, she's pretty simple. She's a nice person, so.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What if the big rumor, because I talk to Trevor all the time, is that NECA is making the Magic Mike line. Like, do you think she'll be in on that
no,
at all?
No.
That NECA made they will have double joints on the elbows.
I'm sorry?
Yeah. No, I'm saying they will have double jointed elbows, so you might want to look out for.
Yeah, right. No. Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy how we've rescinded back into like single jointed elbows on a lot of things. Like this Man Ray's got the single jointed elbows, and it just looks great. I love how we kind of slowly gone back into not needing double jointed.
This is my unasked for opinion on single jointed elbows, and this is why I have a problem with like Super 7 sometimes. It's like something in the figure has to shine. Okay, so if the sculpt is stellar, then it's not that bad. Then I could deal with single jointed elbows or whatever. If the sculpt is okay, or so something in the figure has to be a fucking 5. If you're going sculpt, paint, articulation. That's the problem I have with Super 7 lately. And I've been getting like these Thundercat figures in. I like their last TMNT line. I still have to do a review on that. I'm really fucking not gonna get blessed by the algorithm. I still have to do the last wave review. But anyway, I've been fine with that. But I've been getting like some Thundercats, and a lot to be desired on the sculpt, a lot to be desired on the paint, and then the articulation is shit. So my message is always like something on this figure has to shine. that Man Ray looks fucking phenomenal. So I don't really give a fuck that it can't like do this. You know what I mean? I don't care. But that's what I think that sometimes get lost in the weeds, where it's just like I want perfect sculpt, perfect paint, perfect articulation. Yeah, we all want that. It's very hard to get that. But like I don't like how many like do you really need to strike a Spider-Man pose with Man Ray? Like, does it matter? So,
Right, I agree.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people dog on like, oh, single joint or whatever. I think it's all relative. It's all an accumulation of like and what NECA does really well. And you guys know me. I don't mind shitting on NECA if there's something I don't like. But what they do really well is their aesthetics are so fucking good and so hard for everybody to replicate. I don't know. Like I look at like Super 7 stuff. I like, why can't you just do like what NECA does? Like, what's the factory that paints that thing so beautifully? Like, what are they doing? Like, why do they face it? Like, why does NECA's Doc Brown look exactly like
Dude,
the character?
that was one of my favorite
like,
figures. I don't even collect that shit, and I bought that. I bought three of those Doc Browns.
Collect. I don't have it. I don't have the figure, but it looks exactly like him. Why does it look exactly like him? And your Andre the Giant looks like garbage. Like what? Why is that? So I went on a little tear there just to say that like, single joints, not the end of the world if the figure as a whole looks fucking phenomenal.
Right. Yeah. I mean, even NECA learned from that. With like, remember Casey Jones when he had those human arms, and he had like the movie one.
Yeah.
They put those little fucking little beans. They're like little fucking elbow beans. Those look like shit. They're like robot arms. And then they re-released them with the single joints, and it's like cool. Like, yeah, you're right. Like if I needed something to hold a gun in a certain position, I'm gonna go. I want it to be able to hold it in a certain position. So you got to give me the range. And like with the turtles, I've been looking up, and I got the glow in the dark ones sitting up here. And
oh, you
like,
bastard!
Like NECA just puts like they put the joint in both spots, like, and it's the joints covered up with the elbow pads. Like, why? It's so easy to do, And I know everybody probably gets sick of me hearing this, but like I can't stand Hasbro stuff. Like when I was collecting the Star Wars Black Series, like I just did like troopers. I liked like all the different like gold and silvers and reds. Like I love the different stormtroopers and clone troopers and Boba Fett's and all that shit. Like I loved that, and those were fun to collect. But if you go to anything else, like like the GI Joe lines, and what did they? I think they did the Power Rangers lines and stuff like that. Those fucking thigh cuts, man, they bothered the shit out of me.
Oh, die cuts are ugly as fuck, and
I don't know that
you need them.
Sculpt up, they look so shitty.
Yeah.
I've been doing I have this Playmates Raphael I've been painting right here, and like he's got the thigh cuts, but I tried to paint over them so it kind of like filled them in a little bit. He was actually posed like this on my desk because he kind of covers up his thigh cuts, but like they just break the sculpt up, and I hate them. And it's like we're so far in, and they're charging a premium price at this point. You're looking at like $35 for a Boba. Give me some swivel in the hips. Like, give me the hip swivel. Like this guy, you don't have any thigh cut, but he's got like this beautiful hip swivel.
Yeah.
It's not hard to do, and we all know that if it's an extra piece, that thigh cut is still an extra sculpt piece because it's two pieces. So why not just do one leg piece and put an extra piece inside?
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah.
Hasbro in general, I think, is just fucking up, but that's a whole other can of worms.
It's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
Well, we've been talking for quite a while. I'd say let's do this again soon. If people like us talking with the Mad Hatter, if let us know. We could talk all fucking day. Like you and I are practically the same guy. Everybody thinks I'm just this joyous, guy that like sucks NECA's dick all the time, and I'm not. I get broken shit all the time too, and I get pissed. I've never had a missing tongue like you did. That was one of the first videos I watched of you when your fucking Raphael had the missing tongue.
It took me a year,
dude,
to get that tongue. I looked at the emails. It took me 1 year and maybe 13 emails to get a tongue back. And so I feel like I'm a big customer for NECA, but I try to keep it pretty honest, and I have no problem shitting on them because I do this for fun. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a I don't even know what a career YouTuber is, but I what I like to do is just I don't want to be beholden to any company just because I like their stuff. So if NECA, it's no surprise, is my favorite company. They've been my favorite company for a long time. I know that there were some people that are like, hey, are you just jumping on the NECA thing? I have their Skeletor statue that they did from fucking 15 years ago. I've been giving them money for a long time,
Yeah.
but I also I don't know. I don't want them to fall into the traps that like Hasbro did, and they're not as big as Hasbro. They're not a conglomerate like Hasbro. They
No.
seem to be very artistically run, which I think is a good thing. But I don't know. You never know. Just right now, to me, they're the number one. They're making real quality shit. I just really wish that the QC and the customer service can just get bumped up because that is one thing that I will say with Super 7 is when there is something wrong. I mean, I had an issue with my Mumra. The next week, I got like a new Mumra head. So that is, if there is a lesson to be learned, you know me, guys. I'm all about the fucking lesson. I would say, that all parts should be working.
Yeah, I agree. And it's something that I've kind of been like thinking about, like working on, because like I talk with Randy, and I mean he knows. Randy knows about stuff like that, and I'm not like his best friends with Randy. Like I got connected with Randy when fucking someone in the group's doxed him, and I had to stop. And I'm the one that stopped all that bullshit from happening.
They doxed him.
Yeah, oh yeah, because of Loot Crate. People were giving out his personal information because of Loot Crate.
I remember that.
And I was already I was already talking with Trevor, and I'm like, yo, Trevor, tell Randy to check his messages. He needs to know what's going on. It was a whole thing. It was a nightmare. But that's how I became acquaintances with Randy, I guess. I got his business card sitting on my desk. Quick story time before we let it go. It's like, yeah, like you saw my my Samurai Leo, right? Did you see my Samurai Leo when I did a video and I was like shaking it and it was just sounded like a fucking maraca? Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
Like what like there was oh no, I remember because you had a fucking loose your leg was like loose as shit, right?
The hips, the hips had zero traction in them. They were just loose. Yeah. And then the head, the replacement, like the cool ass like head with the Oni mask,
with the gold teeth or whatever.
It didn't fit. The hole was wrong, and I broke the seam on the neck when I was putting it on live. And then when you shake it, his head was just bobbling around and shit. And I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I did a video of it and I posted it on Instagram. And I'm not a big like influencer. I got I think I just broke 3,600 followers, which is like okay, comparative to other people, it's not. But I just posted it, and Brian Flynn fucking messaged me, and he's like, "I'll get it fixed." Brian Flynn, for Christ's sake, messaged me. And he's like, "We'll get it fixed. I got a new one sent out in 2 weeks." Brand new.
Pretty stand up. That's a pretty stand up move.
Yeah, incredible. And I know there's a lot of people like I mentioned Toy Bro earlier. People hate on him because he gets stuff from Super 7 to review, and they're like, this guy just doesn't care about the issues, and he doesn't talk, and he does. So they think he's like some kind of corporate show with that shit. But like, I have no affiliation with him. And I'm just like kind of influencing people to buy this, and I'm sharing this like 30-second Maraca video of my Samurai Leo. They didn't even ask for it back. They decided, what's your address? I'm shipping you another one, and it was.
Oh yeah, I didn't send anything back on my Super 7 thing. They just sent me. I don't even think they asked me to verify that I got it. They just were like, okay, we're gonna send you a new one.
Yeah, because I got mine from like Entertainment Earth or something. So like it wasn't even from them either, and they're like, we just want to write, and I make sure I made a video because like I respect that. That's awesome. But I was gonna say my funny story time is before all this shit happened, right? Before everybody jumped into the NECA, I bought the GameStop turtles, the 4 movie turtles when it was like January 2019. Actually, I just got like a reminder on my phone about it with like my grandmother. Everybody knows that story where I sent her my first photo back then. But I opened it up and I broke Leo's sword. You know how flimsy that fucking sword is? And I messaged NECA customer service, not knowing, completely naive, didn't know they were third party, didn't know they weren't affiliated, I just wanted to get it done. And I was like, I just need this fixed. And they sent me out a replacement. And I was like, this is sick. So I've always told people, like, yo, when people started complaining, I'm like, no, it's easy as shit. Just do it. Fast forward to now, I'm still they still stopped responding to my email for my Rat King that day one had the shitty diaper that was all, you know, it was all paint chipping, and that sucked. They never replaced that. Then I ended up buying 3 Turtles in Disguise packs, and the first 2 had bum ankles from Michelangelo. No, one Michelangelo had like a busted arm, the other one had a broken ankle. And I actually ended up repainting it. And it's literally sitting on my futon right now.
I feel like I've seen this one, or maybe I didn't. Maybe it's
it's an old
good
one,
repaint though. I like it.
But this ankle's broken. It's just wrapped up. So
it's just wrapped up.
Yeah, they never replaced them. Like I was messaging them like, oh, we gotta wait for stock in. I'm like, you just re-released this fucking figure for the 3rd time. You have the stock. I know you do. And
what happened to Trevor? Why you knock on Trevor's door?
That's where I want to. That's where I want to bring it in.
Not
like
the question.
So Trevor, so right when I was moving back in like June, July, I don't know if you remember, I broke my Haulathon Leo. Last figure I was packing, his arm snapped off because he was in a pose and I was moving his arms back down, and as I moved it, it snapped the pin. And I was like, come on, like how do I get a replacement of this? So I posted about it. And I'm like, and it wasn't shit talking. It was like, I'm heartbroken. This is the last thing I was bubble wrapping, and I fucking broke it. I was so mad. Trevor DM'd me, and he's like, hey, you know, how can I can send you another one, no problem. I was like, you can just send me the arm. I said, you don't need to send me a whole new figure. I said, I'm a customizer. I'll replace the arm, and I did. He sent me a fucking arm he sent me an arm, I think, in a pizza box. Well, actually, Randy sent it. It actually came from Randy because Trevor's over by you somewhere. He's in California, but Randy sent it from New Jersey, and then we were shooting this shit, and I was like, and I made a joke. I was like, it'd be real nice if customer service would replace my Rat King and my Michelangelo after a year and a half. And he goes, oh, I'll send you. Don't worry about it. We'll send you those 2. I'm like, no, you're fine. Like, it's fine. I bought 2 Rat Kings since then, and another 2 goddamn Michelangelos. It's fine. So. I took care of it, but I'm not saying to go fucking bother Trevor, whoever's watching this. Trevor.
No, so everybody who's watching, so the theme is 2 things to take out of this. Number 1, I'm gonna be one of the new admins on the TMNT Party Wagon group, so expect some shakeups. The other thing is, if you have any QC issues, Gary Dolan, that's the guy to message, and he can get that information to Trevor and Randy, right? You're in connection with both of them. So,
I am.
DM Gary. I'll be doing the same thing. You know what? You know what I'll do, Gary, is I'm going to take a look at my NECA stuff because there might be QC issues I'm not even thinking about, and I'll let you know. I'll give you kind of like a list if you can kind of take it to them.
Get all replaced. We'll start that NECA replacement.
I want to see your DMs just get blown up now.
Dude, it'd be so funny.
Gary Dolan is the guy.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm genuinely trying to figure out a way that we can get that like fixed, like so people stop having such a fucking problem with them. There was a dude in the group that ordered the.
Having a problem with what?
Their customer service. Like, I am genuinely trying to figure out with being nice, because like when I talk with Randy and Trevor, we talk like friends. We don't talk about we don't talk about work or anything like that. We just talk about life and bullshit, right, or things that we're enjoying. And I'm trying to figure out the best way to like say, hey, like let's figure this out. Like there's something, and I know it's not them. They don't have anything to do with it. It's way above them who fucking does this shit, whoever makes this decision. But like at the end of the day, like people will still keep buying stuff, but like how long can it go on having a bad customer service when everybody else is crushing it? So, it's going to catch up sooner or later. I mean, it's already really caught up. People are just really in the sauce. Look at that sun fucking bouncing off that shit right now. Glowing.
You're a fucking angel, dude.
But it's bouncing off a Mythic Legion's toy right now. But I'm genuinely trying to figure it out. Like I want to figure out a way to bring it up to them, try to find a solution. That's kind of what I do for my real job, is I try to find solutions. So I'm kind of my wheelhouse.
Bring it up because I'm constantly getting people. I think people think like I work for NECA or something, or I have like info, because I constantly get DMs or messages or comments about like, hey, I opened this, it's fucked. What do I? I was like, I don't. I'm in the same. We're all we're all standing in line in the same thing. So if you can make that happen, you'll make a lot of people happy.
Yeah, because yeah, like I said, like I'm not like in bed with NECA, and I'm in the same. I'm in the same boat as you, man. Like they're like my top tier. I love their stuff. I buy a lot of other shit though, but same with Steven. Steven had to focus on something. He focused on the right company. That seems like right.
Right, exactly. I see Super 7 reminds me too much of Playmates, and if I wanted Playmates, I'd just get Playmates.
Yeah, but
That's me.
if we were to fault NECA, it's that customer service is their number one issue, and
Yeah,
people in the wagon are always really upset about it, and I totally
I'm
get
personally
it.
still waiting over here for a replacement. So, movie Toka.
If you open that shakuhachi and it's fucked up, are you going to go to Gary to go to Trevor? What's your move after that? What's the?
That's exactly what I'm going to do. That's exactly what I'm
take advantage of your sweet connections right here.
Yeah, you have to. You got to know something.
I like putting Gary on the hot seat.
I'm just hoping Trevor doesn't watch this and he's just like, this son of a bitch.
Yeah.
This son of a bitch. Hopefully he only makes it to like 10 minutes into the video and just goes and does something, doesn't listen to it.
Yeah.
I like mixing it up, guys. You know what I mean? It's we gotta make this fun.
So if you made it this far, don't bother Trevor. He's mine. He belongs to me.
Greedy. You're greedy, Gary. Very greedy.
What a hoarder. He's a Trevor hoarder. Hoarding it for himself.
Only I get the replacements. No, I mean, if he didn't do it, I was gonna bring it back to Target anyway. Just get a replacement. Like I know they've got him. So.
Cool. Dude, this is gonna be. I mark my words, in like a month or 2 weeks, this is gonna be like shelf warmers.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like the
neutrinos.
I still see neutrinos everywhere. I saw like the Zach 2-pack.
Yeah.
Most people are not going to be able to keep up with $650 worth of NECA shit. Okay, so it's this is an unprecedented amount of shit. Like this, they've never gone this hard, and it makes me go like. And I heard that there's even more shit. That what's happening? Oh, I thought the way I have it, Gary is to my left on my screen, so it almost looked like he was trying to like stop me from talking and doing that. I've never seen dude. There's a fucking not Jaguar, but the Dreadmon is out.
Yeah, we're missing Dreadmon, and we're missing
but he's out.
The Phantom Casey Jones. Yeah.
No, not Casey. Donnie, Invisible Man Donnie. He's March.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Dreadmon.
No, but like, did you guys know that like the Dreadmon is out? Like I saw somebody sent me look real. Some guy found it. So I mean, and it was in package and everything. So that's out too. I didn't even collect that as my list of like my holothon list.
Yeah. What was it Mitch? What's his name? Mitch Roney. Mitch Roney's his last name. Like the guy that designed those. I know he has. I mean, he definitely has. I mean, he posted like 2 days ago about it.
Is that who it was?
Maybe.
Hold on a second.
Because he had it out of the box and he had it with some other figures too. But he was, to my understanding, slated for Holothon as well. But
there's gonna be more stuff dropping. I mean, they hit stuff every week.
I hope not.
I hope they do.
I already got grilled by April yesterday when she found out how much I spent. We went and picked our sister up, and she goes, "Tell Tiffany how much you spent on toys yesterday." I'm like, "What the fuck, April?"
Yeah. No.
You know what? I don't even have the DM, but it was definitely in package, and it was like a dude, and he was like, "Here's my find," and it was like Dreadmon, Man Ray, and one of the 2-packs. If I find it, I'll upload it. But it looked legit.
Yeah, it's out there somewhere. So we'll find it.
You might not be done. Just is all I'm saying. And also that Big Napoleon, that's out there, so that's coming too, right?
Big Napoleon's on there, yeah. He's on the way too, which I'm excited about. And then there's stuff that we don't know about. I know there's other things that are coming.
Well, there's gonna be Bugman.
Ken, what was the name you just said?
Ken Mitch Roney, I believe his name.
Mitch Roney.
Yeah.
Is that the guy?
Yeah, he's the one that created him. Yeah.
Oh, so maybe he just got some comps or something. Or, okay, all right. So I fucked up. All right, fake news.
I saw it this morning
everybody.
when I saw it as I was scrolling this morning. Someone had shared it, and I was like, oh, okay. I just kept going.
Yeah. All right. So I guess fuck me.
Now he's coming though. He's coming.
I guess I'm full of shit. By the way, never come to me for any news because I barely do research. I just see something on TMNT Party Wagon, and then I just go on. I was gonna say on the air, but that's a very antiquated.
Or I DM you while you're sleeping, since I'm 3 hours ahead.
Or yeah, Gary's good about like DMing me, and he's like, "Here's the stuff," and he puts it all together. He's a sweetie pie that way, and then I just go out and I take credit and make millions off of YouTube.
Dude, people think that.
Yeah.
But...
People do. People are like, I get a lot of this, like, hey, dude, like, how do you afford this? It's like, look, like, if you have one vice, you could probably make that work. I don't really, I'm not a big drinker. And I don't go out because I'm married, and I stay away from, like chemical drugs. Okay, and people think I'm like on coke sometimes. I don't do any of that shit. So my money has to go to somewhere. So it's I don't know. You make it work.
Yeah,
it's the choice.
I agree. I mean, I'm straight edge.
Toys is a vice, but honestly, it's an acceptable vice. As long as you don't let it dominate you, we all have a thing that we like. We all have a thing that we spend our money on, but it might change for me now. I don't know. I have a kid now, so maybe I lessen it a little bit. Okay, I don't go Steven hard where it's like fucking three of each, but like I'll always be there. I'll always be there, if not in spirit. Okay, I'll be your spirit guide.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm the same way. Like, I'm straight edge. I don't do I literally do nothing. And then, like, you can probably if I can move it, all my gaming consoles. Like, I just play video games. I draw.
Play a lot of video games too.
I draw. I play video games.
I'm a big gamer, so that's where I spend money too. Although lately I haven't been. I've been looking at that Kirby game, but I haven't. I've been out of gaming for like a good few months. Having a kid will do. Do any of you guys have kids?
Yeah, I have one. Oh, I have two. I have two kids.
That's how you know that you have one. No, you know what I got? It's yeah, I don't know. You got to feed them every day.
Yeah.
People don't know that.
Yeah, I've got none. I got to feed April every day.
Yeah.
That's something. And you got a whole menagerie there.
Yeah, we got a fucking zoo. Yeah. We got rid of animals when we moved. Like we got rid of some like lizards and shit and fish.
Like just kill them or
No. We adopted them out.
Oh, okay.
We didn't kill them.
Okay. I thought that was like a mafia kind of like, it's like we made them disappear.
No, we emptied out a 90-gallon fish tank, and then we had a whole bunch of like gargoyle geckos, Amazon milk frogs, like the weirdest shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was April's thing. She loved all these any exotic kind of like reptiles. She like, not snakes, no, fuck snakes. Yeah. But she was like getting a ton of like those random things, amphibians and reptiles.
I have a question. I've always been dying to know. Did you set out as a turtle fan to be like, I'm gonna find a girl named April, or did it just kind of happen by coincidence?
Dude, it's so fucking funny. So, in 2010, I met this girl named April, and we dated for 2 years. Split up, had a couple relationships in between. And then I met this April in 2013. I told my grandmother, I was like, I got a new girl. Her name is April. And she's like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? I'm like, no, it's a different April. Because she didn't like the other one. And like we dated and everything. Her and I have been together going on 10 years now. And I shit you not. 2 years ago, maybe, someone goes, do you like go after Aprils because you're like huge into turtles? And I looked at them, I'm like, I never thought of that. Yeah. Never once did I fucking realize that. Never put two and two together. Ever.
Deep down, that's what you're doing.
Ever. So we call her, she's April 2.0. So whenever we're out and about and there's like a hot April, she goes, is that 3.0? You're going to fucking leave me for her? But like, everybody thinks I only date Aprils. And it's like, there's a lot in between the Aprils, unfortunately. But like,
I was expecting Gary to be like, well, my ex-girlfriend Irma and I broke up. And then April and I met. And then, Tiffany is, and Mona Lisa. I'm out of like not a lot of females in the Ninja Turtle mythos, huh?
I was a little bi curious for a while. Dated a Leo. No,
a Leo. All right.
no.
Hey, no
Just,
worries.
dude, it just really, it had just happened.
2023.
It was weird, and everybody picks up on it now, and I'm like, it has nothing to do. And she fucking hates Ninja Turtles.
She hates Ninja Turtles.
She hates it. She hates everything about. I don't know if it's because I ruined.
Did she hate them pre your relationship, or is it because of your relationship?
She's boring. She doesn't like cool toys. She doesn't like our children toys. She doesn't like that shit. She's an adult. She only likes adult things.
Does she like for instance, does she like the MCU?
No, dude, not really. Like, kind of. I kind of got her in. I got her into it with the Avengers. She would never watch stuff before. And then, like, she got pissed off because I watched the new Thor movie without her. So I guess she kind of likes the MCU.
The reason why I ask is because the MCU seems to be the entry point for girls that, like, don't like cartoonish stuff. But they'll like that. They'll be okay with it. They'll be like, okay. And then sometimes that gateway drugs them into things like Ninja Turtles or stuff like that. But, you know.
I would agree with, for sure. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Women will be like, oh, I don't. You know, I like Thor for obvious reasons, but they'll legitimately like the story, or they'll like Iron Man or something. So I find that happens sometimes. So the lesson is get her into the MCU. Maybe she'll come around and start getting into all your turtle stuff. Won't that be sweet?
I've tried. Sad story. When my dog died in April of last year, like what the fuck? April's like the curse of me. When my dog died, I was devastated. And like she was trying to make me feel better or whatever. So I was like, I just want to watch the first movie, which she still hasn't seen. And we started watching the first movie, and we got like, Pizza Dude's got 30 seconds, and then she just fucking conked out. And I was like, fuck, couldn't get it because I couldn't get into it. Like my sappy ass cries at that movie. Still to this day, tears of joy.
If she waited till Casey Jones came in, she'd be in, because that's. I went and I saw that movie a few years ago at a theater, and there were a lot of people I noticed that were there. Obviously the fans, but there were a lot of people that were like dates of other people that were just maybe not as into it. And when Casey Jones gets introduced and meets Raphael, something about that part clicks with everybody, and like the movie kind of takes, like, it starts almost like a cartoon. And then people are like, oh, it's like a real movie. These guys, like, you know, and so I wonder, and because I'm like a writer and as well, and I always think about that stuff. I'm like, what's the thing that hooks people in that movie? Because it starts very cartoonish, and I don't know. I felt it in the room when those two meet. The movie kind of lifts up a little bit, and because people can connect to a guy like Casey Jones, they're like, okay, this guy's a vigilante. I understand that, and then so I'm wondering if she made it to there, if she would have just kind of like made it to the rest of the movie.
Yeah, maybe. I'm still trying. I'm still trying to get her to watch it. I got this one other friend that's never seen it, and he hates special effects. He's like me. I like campy 80s horror films. You know, like, well, probably 70s, like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, Killer Clown, shit like that. And
it was a great film, by the way.
Yeah, fucking love him. But like he's never seen the Turtles either, and he's younger than me. He's only 29. He's much younger than me, and he's never seen the Turtles. He's not into Turtles, and he always watches my dogs when I'm out, when I'm on vacation. I pay him, so he's like, "Hey, can you watch my cats while I'm out?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." He goes, "Well, what I owe you?" I said, "Nothing. Just come over and watch the Turtles movie with me, because I really think you'd like it." Still hasn't fucking come over. I've watched his cat 3 times. Still hasn't come over.
You gotta spread the word, because if you're I don't know, if you're over 20 years old and you're not into the Ninja Turtles or even watch that movie, yeah, there's something wrong upstairs, because it's a movie for everybody. Let's just face it.
It's really good. It's good. I cry every time. It was just joy.
I fucking love it. Come on, Master Splinter, he shows up as a spirit. If you don't have any emotions, what are you, a fucking robot?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, well, guys.
We for everybody's listening or watching, like, we had a time frame we were trying to stay around just because it's a Sunday. We're trying to respect everybody and just try to cut it a little shorter than we normally do. We are definitely way over, and
you know what? Everybody that's watching, you're fucking welcome.
Yeah.
Okay. You just got a fucking hour and a half or whatever of entertainment. You know what, Gary? Don't apologize. We gave you this. God bless you. We've blessed you on this Sunday with our shenanigans. So there's nothing. I'm not going to retreat from that.
Yeah, you know what?
Well, you know what? I say we go for another fucking hour.
I think April will kill me because we still haven't eaten today, and it's
Yeah.
it's
Steven's
2
only got
o'clock here.
2 kids, man. That's fine. He can go. You just put a bowl out.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, whoever made it through this whole thing, fuck you. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll do this again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the attitude to have.
Hell yeah.
Come
Well,
on,
I'm gonna put this on audio as well, audio platform, so people can actually listen to it too if they want to.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do this
Well,
again.
thanks,
We'll
for
have to do
having
this
me
again.
on, guys.
For sure.
Yeah, and for
Sorry,
anybody,
I ran over you, Gary. Go ahead.
and I'll say for anybody that's wondering why Nier's video was so weird, it's actually not him. That's AI. The new AI voice, and like it's not really great. So he's a little choppy right now. So it's just AI. It's not really him. That's actually that was Oscar the whole time. That's why he was saying such nice things about him.
That's right. This is a deep fake of me. Okay. And so just FYI, if you wonder the inconsistency there, but I am serious about. I am going to be probably the new premier admin of the TMNT Party Wagon, which also means that your acceptance is not assured. So gone are the days of like, hey, I'd like to join the group. I actually am going to read the questions. You know, when you sign up for a Facebook group, it's like, who's your favorite turtle? If I don't like your answer, you're not getting in. So if your favorite turtle is, I don't know, Leonardo, and that day I'm just not feeling that.
It's always
that's what I'm saying. There's one answer. So don't fuck that up. And also, if there's like another question that, I'm going to make it very subjective. It's going to be like a college application. If you say the wrong thing the wrong way, you're just not fucking getting in. I don't care about the numbers. I don't care about numbers, guys.
There you go.
That's fine.
He's got my vote. He's got my vote.
Yeah. Yeah, you heard that here. And also, any QC issues, go to Gary. He knows Trevor. He'll get that replaced for you, too. Yeah.
Shit. I'm fucked. All right.
In case you want to fast forward just to this part right here.
Yeah. There'll be no chapters so that nobody can figure it out. I have to watch the whole thing.
No chapters.
Well, anyway, dude, thanks for joining us. I think we'll do this again soon.
Sure.
This is it's fun when you just get to shoot the shit and talk about things and talk about other people. I guess coming up, I'll say I'm gonna try to get Brandon back on, High Anxiety. Brandon Compromise, he's in the group. I'm gonna try to get him going. He was like our first one we did. And then I've got a couple of specials. There might be some NECA people coming up. We'll talk about QC issues. But anyway, for real. But thank you again for joining us, man. I really appreciate it. We'll obviously shoot the shit moving forward. Steven, thanks for being here as always. Steven's always in. Steven's the other admin that we're always on doing videos with.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You're only allowed in here because you wear my Party Wagon design on your shirt.
There you go.
That's the only reason.
I promote.
Some sweet digs.
So, all right, guys. Thanks. Peace. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah.
Bye, guys. Bye-bye.